Hello everyone in the Malone Central community. This is Jerry Griffin, Superintendent of Schools for Malone Central. I'm going to record this video to answer a number of questions that have come in on our frequently asked questions area of our website, as well as many different emails and phone calls that have come in to me, especially over the last couple of weeks. So feel free to share this video with anyone that you think could benefit from the information, and we'll try to update our website and YouTube page with more videos throughout the next few months with additional updates. It's hard to believe that we're going into the month of June. I think back to that decision that we made on March 15th to shut down for, really it was just about 3 weeks of instruction at that time. We didn't know what we were getting ourselves into here at Malone, and certainly across the country. And it's just hard to believe that we're entering our third month of a closure. As I've said to everyone before, we've had a focus on 3 areas during our closure. The first is transitioning to a remote learning environment. The second is to provide food service for any family that has children under the ages of 18 in our district. And then we partnered with FEH BOCES and the YMCA here locally to provide daycare for first responders or healthcare workers. And the first 2 items are what's taken most of our time, which is remote learning and food service. I want to say a big thank you to all of our teachers and administrators. If you think about it, we took an institution that has been around for almost 200 years, and really within a 24-hour period, we completely transitioned that institution into an online learning environment. And we asked our teachers to do just a mountain of work in a very short period of time. They had about 1 day in their classrooms to get prepared for this remote learning. So I applaud them for the work that they've done, and I applaud our administrators for all the support they've given our staff and our students. I appreciate the strong feedback that I've received over these last couple of months on what's gone well for remote learning, our remote instruction. I appreciate those positive things that are coming in, and I sincerely appreciate the honest feedback that I've received, giving me those areas that we need to improve on. And believe me, we will continue to try to improve on all of those areas. We're a large organization. We're not perfect, but I can promise you this: we try hard every single day to improve. And I'm proud of what our staff has been able to do while we've been out on this closure period. I want to point out a few individuals specifically that are sometimes behind the scenes, but they've done a lot for our district. Cindy Riom is our business manager, and I could not have gone through this closure period without Cindy doing the work that she's done as our business manager. Just a number of different things that she's taken the lead on. Troy Reynolds is our child nutrition director, and we just eclipsed 100,000 meals just the other day that we've delivered to our families. And again, we're used to running a cafeteria in 5 of our buildings where we provide food service for children in a normal breakfast and lunch, like all of you probably remember. So to deliver 100,000 meals in just over a couple of months is just really a testament to him and his staff. Dominic Barse is our Director of Transportation, and he's been in charge of making sure that those meals actually get delivered in a safe manner. And we've made a lot of adjustments to our bus routes and our transportation system, and Dominic deserves a lot of credit. Chad Lawrence is our Director of Facilities. He is another person. I'm not sure what we would do without Chad. Not only has he been very strict in terms of our sanitation protocols. He has also been heavily involved in the food service delivery, cleaning up afterwards, and getting our classrooms sanitized and ready for hopefully a return in a couple of months. So thank you to those four, as well as all the other administrators and teachers and support staff that we have helping us out. This is not the way that we wanted to end this school year. We're heartbroken, sincerely heartbroken, over all the things that we're not able to do typically at this time of year. Our musical that we weren't able to show, our kids worked so hard on that. The end of year concerts that we have at the high school, middle school, and our elementary schools that we missed out on. Prom did not go as planned, and hopefully there will be some alternative plans for the prom later on in the next maybe several weeks or few months. The big one, of course, is our moving up ceremonies that we have, our kindergarten graduation, our 5th grade awards program, 8th grade graduation, and of course the big one, which is our high school graduation. And I can speak for Mr. Pelkey, our high school principal, who is just very, very sad that we weren't able to offer a traditional graduation. But I can promise you this, that our alternative plan for graduation will be very nice. It will be well done. Every graduate will have an opportunity to have a few moments with their family as they cross the stage, with Mr. Pelkey on the stage. We have speeches that will be made by a variety of people, including the valedictorian, salutatorian, our class president, myself, Mr. Pelkey, our Board of Education President, Phil Hands. And we're going to take all these videos and we're going to splice them together, and we're going to put out a knockout production for a virtual graduation with a date and time to be announced later. Most likely it will be shown on that last Saturday in June, which is our typical graduation date. But we'll make sure that we put that announcement out. Mr. Pelkey is going to be in touch with our seniors and their parents soon with all of that information. We also are beginning to plan for next year. We've received guidelines from the CDC on what schools should be thinking about in terms of opening. They're just guidelines at this point, and we're really waiting on really the edge of our seat for guidelines from the governor's office here in New York State to determine how we can get our schools set up to open up in September. We should receive those guidelines in June, and apparently we're hearing that a reopening plan must be submitted to the state in July for approval. And we have 2 committees that have already been formed to start working on these guidelines once they come. One is an elementary committee and one is a secondary committee that will focus on middle and high school. And you can imagine the things we're going to be focused on, which is how do we provide social distancing in schools? If we have to provide face masks, how are we going to handle that? What's our sanitation protocols going to be? How are our students be seated? How will our students be seated in the bus, in our cafeterias, auditoriums, all those common areas? What do sports look like here in Malone Central and across New York State in the 2021 school year? All those things I hope to get answered over the course of the next 2 months. And we at some point will be seeking input from parents, community members, and students as we formalize these plans as we get closer and closer to September. There is no news yet on whether or not we will be open in a traditional manner in September. Hopefully we find that out sometime in early August so we can make plans and adjustments. There is going to be a new normal. We've always heard that term. We've heard that term a lot these last couple of months. And our new normal will depend on what our school year looks like in September. But we know that there will be students that need additional help academically for missing so much in-person instruction. And we're prepared to provide that additional help. And we may have different schedules, we may have different classroom arrangements. All that's up in the air right now, and we hope to have all that ironed out, as I've said, over the course of the next several weeks and couple of months. I promise you that we'll be in touch with you along the way and give you any updates that we can. I encourage you to consider me and our school district a primary source of information. Don't get caught up in a lot of things that you see on social media from outside sources on what might be happening. As we hear information, we'll publicize it and make sure that you know how it impacts you as a community member, a parent, or as a student or staff member. And we'll post it on a number of our different social media platforms, including our website. I just want to end by saying thank you for your support. Thank you for your patience. This is unlike anything we've ever done before. And I'm not sure exactly what the future holds, but I do know that we will work very hard to make sure that we're serving our students in the best way that we can. We are committed to doing that here at Malone Central at all 5 of our school buildings. So again, thank you for that. And students, we miss you. We miss seeing you in the hallways. We miss going to your different activities. And we really cannot wait to see you again at some time in the fall. So I'll be back with another video update, probably in another month. We should have some more information, so please look for that. So again, thank you everyone. Be safe, be well. Let's end this year strong.